Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager with the Phoenix Knights Racing Team. Yes, here we are. It's the Black Sea GP here at Russia, and we still stand top of the pile by 14 points. Will we still be here at the end of this race? I don't know is the answer to that one, but we seem to be clinging on for dear life. Let's see if we can continue in that same vein. A quick overview of the car. We have improved the reliability of all of our fitted parts to 100%, which will help greatly when it comes to weight stripping. We are currently increasing the reliability of a newly crafted gearbox so that we can start using this to improve the performance of our car. And we are now working on the performance of some of our fitted parts so that they reach their maximum potential. We are trying in earnest to make this season's car as good as possible while still balancing that with improving the car for next season, because there is a very, very, very outside chance that if we continue to develop this season's car at a decent pace, we may be in the running for the Constructors' title if things continue on as they are. I say that with a hint of caution, but one can only dream. Right then, so 4 for above is the sponsorship deal that we will be going for, and as usual, see you in qualifying. So practice was a wet-dry affair, but we managed to get some decent performance boosts to our qualifying and our race trim. And, ooh, look at this! What do we have here in the qualifying session? We have a smattering of rain. But then the track gets dry pretty quickly, and probably for the rest of the session. So ultimately this is a kind of qualifying session that will be best served as being auto-resolved, if you will. Yeah, it stays dry, so there's plenty of time to get a couple of hot laps in. Let's see where we finish. Fifth and 6th, which is exactly where we expect to finish, really. Looks like Stephenson may have recovered from his whiplash now. He's no longer qualifying behind us. It means we just miss out by 0.02 of a second on our sponsorship objective. Never mind. Let's see what the weather forecast says for race day. Bit of rain would make matters rather interesting. Take a peek, shall we? It's looking like a dry race, which is not what we were hoping for. We were hoping for some rain to spice things up, but never mind. The temperatures are relatively mild, so the soft compound tyre can be pushed to some degree, and that should make matters a little bit more straightforward in the race. So let's have a look at the setups here. We have 20 laps, so we're looking at 2 7s and a 6. Tyres can do 7 laps. Oh, this is going to be one of those interesting situations, isn't it? Harder compound and push for longer. We don't have medium compounds maxed out. I only have 10% rather than 15% bonus on the medium tyre. We missed out on the maximum bonus by literally 10 seconds. I'm thinking, given the kind of mildish temperatures, I think that if we pick the harder compound but just push on them for longer, I think that's probably going to be overall quicker than nursing these tyres round that can only do 7 laps. On the final, on the 6 lap stint, we can probably go for these. So on the 2 7 laps, going with the mediums. Cruz is ahead. I think with Cruz what we're going to do is we'll start him on the softs and have him do the 6-lap stint to start with. So he starts on the 6, and with Surikov we'll have him start on the 7, so put him on the mediums. And it'll just give us a bit of a nice judge, a nice opportunity to judge how the 7-lap stint, how the 6-lap stint affects the tyres. Alright, so yes, Cruz on 677, Surikov on 776. Fuel is done. Strategy is about to be done. Knowledge done. No, we're going to swap that to medium tyres because we're going to be on medium tyres twice. So switch those over. Right, let's see what happens. So a front row lockout for Scuderia Rossini, Lipinen on pole, Balcazar in second, Stephenson back on form now after his whiplash is up into third with Johnny Navarro in fourth. It's Felix Knight locking out the third row, Alessandro Cruz in fifth and Nikolai Surikov in sixth. We've got then a fourth row lockout for Panther, Parton in seventh and Parisi is in eighth, and then we've got Rick de Graaf, who still suffering after the incident with this love affair. He's down in ninth, and after that Windsor, who seems to be performing a little bit better this season. Okay, let's see what happens. Come on. We wait patiently as the lights come on, and then the lights go out. It's go, and it's a good start for both of our cars for a change, although we didn't make any forward movements. Kind of got a little bit blocked off by one of the Steimans, it looks like. We maintain 5th and 6th position, or do we? Because look at that, up the inside, it's Alessandro Cruz who is looking to pass both of the Steinmans here in one swooping manoeuvre. He's giving it a good go. He's giving it a jolly good old chance. Come on! Oh, he's not letting up, is he? He's not letting up at all. We have to be careful of the tyres. They are barely going to see out 6 laps, so we just kind of have to be careful. But look at this! Look at this! We are all over them. We are not giving them a breather. Surikov wants in on the action. Up the inside, and we're up into 3rd position. We like the look of that. We like it, yes we do. Come on lads, keep pushing. Keep on pushing, keep on trucking. Right, we're just going to have to... Just going to turn the engine modes down and the pushing down for the next couple of laps, just getting to a rhythm, and then towards the back end of our stints we can start to push a bit more aggressively. We are absolutely locking horns with the Steinman here. We are racing wheel to wheel as Stephenson now gets back past Cruz as we've turned our engine modes down. It's fine for now, we'll be back on the pace eventually. We're back on the pace, don't you worry. As Lipinen, as usual, streaking off into the distance. And just barely clinging on to the coattails of Balcazar. I wonder, we're just going to take a look at the situation here. It's pivotal that we do not miss out on any opportunities to push as hard as we can. Right, 3 more laps for Cruz, so the fuel is fine, and the tyres just beginning to cool off, so we're going to just push those now for an extra lap and then judge it on the next one. And he's going to do 4 more laps, so the fuel is good, tyre temperatures are okay, tyre wear seems fine. So yeah, all in all, I think we're pretty happy with how things are going at the moment. We've got Cruz on a 5.0 form and Surikov on a 6.9. Surikov doing well. We seem to be catching Balcazar here. We seem to be catching. This is a very good sign as Cruz's pace is looking pretty strong here. 2 more laps. Plenty of tyre life, plenty of fuel. Keep pushing. Okay, just going to turn that down a touch. I think we're just getting a little bit close with the tyre wear. Just a teeny bit close. We'll just turn him down as well for a second. So this is Cruz's last lap now. Fuel still looking pretty healthy. Right, we're going to go for it. We're going to give him the full mashings here. Bring him into the pits. We're going to put him on the medium tyres to do his 7 lap stint. We're going to fill the fuel up. Park conditions should be fine. Alright. We've got Fox in the pits already. Look at Balcazar. Balcazar is really must be conserving here. Conserving engine, conserving tyres. She's maybe pushed too hard here, and she's holding us up as Cruz, with his foot down here, is absolutely looking like he needs to get past. He's up, he's weaving, he's all over the back of a gearbox. He's trying to go round the outside even. Just turn that down. And he gets past right on the entry to the pits. In he comes. Let's hope it's a good stop. A quick stop. As we turn our attentions to Surikov, and we're going to give him the opportunity now to push. He's coming in. He's doing another 7-lapper. Fuel going in, fuel going in, fuel going in. Fuel goes in. Good pit stop. And push is fine. It's now Surikov's turn to harass Balcazar, who is pitting now. So both of us pitting. Makes me wonder if we should risk a fast pit stop here. It makes me wonder if I should risk a fast pit stop here. And you know what? Potter is going to give the order. He's going to give the order. We're going to risk a fast pit stop. When it's such a close situation, sometimes risks need to be taken. Doing all we can to ensure that Surikov has the best opportunity to leapfrog Balcazar here in the pits. The tyres go on fine. It's just a fuel. Please, please, please. Yes, he's out. He's out. He's out. Look at that. The quick pit stop leapfrogs Balcazar. Works to perfection here. Is he going to get out ahead of his teammate is the next question. Not quite. Look at that. We are right in the mix here. Battling for a podium. It's going to be so close. But now both our cars are on a nice medium tyre. We can push for a decent amount of time on these tyres. Cruz in third, Surikov in fourth. We are ahead of Balcazar, we are ahead of Navarro. We've leapfrogged them in the pits. Can we maintain track position? Because Balcazar now on fresh tyres is going to be pushing pretty hard. She is. We seem to have left Navarro behind a little bit, which is very reassuring. Balcazar's looking pretty quick. We can't really go any quicker than we are doing. We are going as quick as we can. Looks like Navarro might be closing that gap slightly. Surikov acting as rear gunner for Cruz as Balcazar begins to make a move, but Surikov trying to defend. It's difficult when the car ahead of you is so much quicker. Right, just going to take another check on things here. So Cruz just about to cross the line. He's coming in 4 laps time. Plenty of life in the tyres. Plenty of life in the fuel. I think we can afford to really put the hammer down. Maybe another 66, 4 laps. I think we'll keep going as we are for now. I think there's definitely life in that opportunity. There's a nice over spill of fuel. Tyres are looking pretty decent, so I think we can afford to push for at least the last 2 laps of the stint, turn everything up. Maybe Balcazar, well, at that point, will be turning everything down because she's been pushing hard for some time. She will pass for now, but we'll get her. We'll get her. We'll try and risk another fast pit stop possibly. Navarro is catching from behind. 2.9 is the gap. 2.8, it is coming down. 3 more laps. Balcazar's turned the engine down. She's still pushing hard on the tyres. Tyre wear for her. She's got plenty of life in them. And the track isn't really that hot for us to be concerned with tyre overheating. So she's in a good position herself. And we are seeming to catch Stephenson, whose tyre wear is looking a little bit grim. But he is pushing hard though. Nine laps remaining. 2 laps on this stint. 45%. It's 10% roughly on push. So I'm thinking we can't even afford to really push. Oh no! Surikov, why? This is the 2nd time this season you have crashed. Why? Oh my god. A hatful of points in the tyre wall. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. We were on for some pretty good points here. We were on for some pretty good points. If you consider both crashes and the position that he's crashed out from, at least 30 points we've got wasted there. 30 points planted into the wall. Right, here we go. Full push now for Cruz on his stop, and he is on for a 7 lap stint to the end. We're going to risk it here. We're going to risk the fast pit stop. We've got a bit of a cushion behind if we do make a mistake, and we need to leapfrog here. We need to pick up as many points as possible now that Surikov is out of action. Cruz going for it here. It looks like Balcazar is going to be pitting probably on the next lap. We're pitting this one. In we come. Fingers crossed. Fuel, fuel, fuel. Yep, fuel's in. Good stop. And we're out of there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to give him as much pushing as possible for this outlap to try and exacerbate that undercut. We've gone for the fast pit stop, a very quick outlap, and we should have a little bit of a gap to Balcazar. Possibly maybe 3 seconds if we're lucky. Balcazar's in the pits. Navarro's in the pits. Balcazar going on to the soft compound tyres, which could bode ill for us. She's on the quicker tyre. We do get out ahead, but it's not a bigger gap as we would have hoped. And even Navarro has come out a little bit closer than he was. We are in 4th. Flores is yet to pit, so we're currently on a podium position. We're in 3rd net overall, but with Balcazar in a quicker car and a faster tyre behind us, we'd be lucky to finish ahead of her. It's all about keeping Navarro behind us. I think that's the best we could hope for here. It looks like we're going to be in a tricky situation, trying to get past Balcazar. The gap is 2.5. It's coming down pretty quickly. 2.4. Navarro is pushing hard. Flores has crashed. Another one bites the dust. The gap is now down to 2 seconds. This is pretty worrying. Pretty worrying indeed. We're going to give him push now. If Navarro is pushing hard, we'll do the same. Lipponen out in front can afford to cruise on home. He's conserving tyres, engine turned down. No reason for him to get involved in anything too dicey. The rear wing is looking a bit worse for a lot of the parts looking worse for wear, but we really have no choice here. We have to push. We have to push hard. We have a fast approaching Steinman on our heels, and we cannot do anything about it. 1.5 seconds is the gap. He's still pushing very, very hard. He can't push that long or that hard for too long. He's gonna have to turn things down eventually. 3 laps to go. The gap is down to less than a second. We're going to give him as much pushing on the engine as possible. Tyres will leave as they are for now. Two laps to go. It's looking pretty close here. We've got over a second now. 1.2, just beginning to extend. Navarro's cruising now. He's turned the engine down, his tyres are down, he's pushed so hard for so long. Perhaps we were right and that he couldn't keep that up. We're on to the final lap. We've got a little bit of performance in hand if we need it, but I don't think we do. I think Navarro is out of it. I think he's pushed so hard, he's got nothing left. He's in cruise home mode. Bring the car home. Tyres are probably on fire. Fuel is probably on the limit. And we can just bring this home ourselves. Now, I didn't realise the fuel was actually as low as it was. We could end up running out of fuel here, which would be a major catastrophe. Oh, and we're just in the excess. Just going to bring it back in P. Whoa, 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 whoa! Did you see that? Stephenson ran out of fuel and hobbled over the line, and we managed to pass him at the last minute. An unexpected podium for Cruz. We were consigned to 4th position, and just like that, we get a bonus. An easy victory for Lipponen and Balcazar, bringing the Scuderia Rossini home in second as well for a 1-2. Good performance from the Scuderia Rossini here today. Really puts their Constructors' Championship back on track. Let's see what happens now. Let's see how that's affected the shake-up of things. So Stephenson running out of fuel, gifting a 3rd place for Cruz. Navarro in 5th, managing not to pass Cruz, who kept him at bay. with a very calm drive, it must be said, unlike his teammate who buckled under the pressure and put it into the barriers. Surikov, we are not happy. Alright, so we get 15 points, well, a whopping amount of points for Scuderia Rossini, but it's Steinman who are closest to us at the moment, and they pick up 22, so they gain by 7, which means we should still be top of the pile. And we get our sponsor objective as well, which is always nice. So Alessandro Cruz moves up to 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship. Who would have thought that at the start of the season? But Lipponen is an unstoppable force. Surikov, he's probably, I wouldn't say, as I said, what did I say, 30 points he's probably chucked away by binning it twice. I don't think it's probably 30, I think it's more close to 20 to 25 points he's chucked away by binning it into the barriers. First race of the season, and now, so with an extra 20, let's play it conservative and say an extra 20 points. He'd be roughly on the same amount of points as Cruz. Where would that put us in the Constructors with an extra 20 points? It would put us with a bit more of a cushion over Steinman, wouldn't it? But, as things stand, we are still at the top of the tree. It's certainly kind of not going to last much longer. I've said this from the very first race. How long can we last? How long we've been top of the tree since the first race of the season, and we really have been clinging on. But it's not. I'm not actually that worried about Steinman. Really, I think we're actually performing on a par with them. We have a worse car, but we have better drivers, and I think that's showing through. A bit more consistency. Yeah, Surikov. But yes, I'm not overly concerned about them. I think we can match them. Scuderia Rossini I'm worried about. They got off to a very slow start, but they're now picking pace up. They're going to really start to kick on, I think, now. And if anybody beats us, it's going to be them. We just need to pray for rain. Pray for lots of rain. Pray for lots of incidents, crashes, more fuel runouts. We need the odds and the gods to be in our favour for us to get this championship. But what we can say is we are giving it a good go. Alright, so we've seen the standings. We don't need to see them again. What we will do, though, is we will quickly progress on to the next race on camera. Right, 10 days until Munich. We need to sort a couple of things out. Right, first of all, pit crew. This auto-managed pit crew doesn't seem to be working very well at the moment, so we'll sort that out close to the race weekend. There's a little bit of tinkering needed there. Interview with Motorsport, perhaps not. They may focus on Surikov's blunder there, and we don't want to exacerbate the situation and make him feel 10 times worse than he probably already does. A couple more scouted drivers. Hannah Fiori's not bad. She's 29, she's got a little bit of improvement left in her, but she's a paid driver, which really helps. Marketability is not too shabby. She could be a good replacement for one of our drivers, but we're not looking at replacing anybody. Unless Surikov crashes a couple more times this season, then we may have to think things through, because we can't have drivers throwing valuable points away willy-nilly. Right, car repair complete. Let's have a look at how we're going to do this. Okay, so we're happy with the performance in terms of what we're increasing. It's the gearbox here. This we want it to be usable for the next race, and that means we're going to have to do something like that, which will slow down the performance increase. But hey, getting this engine, this gearbox rather, up and running, it's a significant boost to us. Trying to develop in season, so we're going to go for it. And of course our new gearbox will not be ready until after the race anyway, and we can't get any better engines until we have our HQ finished. So the improvement for next season's car is just taking a little bit of a slowdown for the time being. Sponsorship deals. What offer is this? First, second. I don't think we're going to be going for any of those, so we'll go for the biggest upfront payment. We're not quite good enough just yet to start being cocky and going for a first or second place bonus, but maybe next season. Team happy with the staff centre. Team happy with the car. Generally speaking, the team are a happy set of bunnies. Where's Valdez? Finished, he's 7th in the championship. Finished 12th in that last race. He's the reigning champion, isn't he? Is he? Is he the... No, he was the European Racing Series champion last season. He was not the champion of the Asia Pacific Cup. No, getting confused. But he's doing well. It's good to see him having a good time of it. My adaptability. Who's that? Lissandro Cruz. Apparently an article has said that a dodo is more adaptable than Lissandro Cruz. So we can give him the trait happy, or we can give him the trait likes changeable conditions. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. What does that do? Likes changeable conditions. +2 to adaptability, which might have actually already been maxed out anyway. Don't know what happy would have given him. But anyway, that's fine. As long as it's not a decrease in stats, we can't really complain. There's usually some rain to be had at Munich. Or there has been in the past. But yeah, not this time it seems. When we want it, we just don't get it. Come on, we need the rain dance. We've got a better forecasting centre. Don't forget Surikov is a rain expert, +2 to all stats in the wet weather. Rain would really help us massively. Let's take a look at the car. Is it usable? Yes it is, it's 100%. It's totally usable, and now all staff putting in effort to increasing the performance of the brakes, the engines, the suspensions. Let's fit the parts. Let's fit the new part. Right, who had the best engine? Best engine is Surikov, which means that Lissandro Cruz gets the best gearbox. So he'll get that one. 1950, 1970, 1990. That will go to Surikov. Yeah, that's right. Righty-ho, righty-ho, righty-ho. So the car is slowly, but well, both cars slowly but surely improving during this season. Will that put us? Oh, look at that! Scuderia Rossini now have the best gearbox on the grid. We've fallen down to 3rd in the deceleration front. Yeah, we're just getting a little bit outdeveloped, it looks like. Just getting outdeveloped slightly. I think that graph has come down a little bit also. These two powerhouse teams proving their ability to get their car in a really, really good state. We've got a lot of work to do, but we'll keep on trucking. Join me next time as we race in Munich and continue to try to cling on to the top of the constructors. Till next time, see you soon.